What is up guys, it's Jack here again with another video, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to estimate the refurb costs on a flip or buy refurb refinance project. Now if you're the type of person who's going to be buying houses, buy-to-let properties, and you want them already done up, you just want to put a 25% deposit down, buy the house and just rent it straight out, this video is not for you, okay? So you can just click off the video. But if you're the type of person who wants to do buy, refurb, refinance or flip houses where you're going to be buying rundown properties, you're going to be doing them up or getting a builder to renovate the property and then to either sell, refinance or just rent it out straight away. But basically what you want to do is lift the value of the property, then this video is for you. So what do I mean by estimating the refurb costs? What I mean is when you're buying a house and you are looking around, like for me for example, I've done hundreds of viewings on properties. When you're looking around the property, you need to know how much are you going to need to spend on this to get it up to a good condition, either a condition ready to sell or a condition where you're raising the value so that you can refinance it and then rent it out. Now when I talk in previous videos, I've spoken about flipping houses and buy, refurb, refinance, and I've said that there's three numbers that you definitely need to know. The first is how much is it going to sell for, or how much is it going to be worth once it's done? What's the ceiling price? The second is how much is that going to cost? How much is it going to cost to get it to the top, the high value that you want to get it to? And the third number is therefore, how much do you want to buy the house for? How much can you buy it for? So what's the purchase price? How much is it going to cost to refurb? And what is going to be the end value? Those are the three numbers that you need to know. And so this number is incredibly important because if you get this number wrong, then it can really ruin the whole project, the whole deal. If you're going to buy a house for 60 grand and you're going to spend £10,000 doing it up and then it's going to be worth 90,000 or 100,000 pounds, great. But if that refurb, if you completely got that wrong and it's going to cost 20, 30,000 pounds to do that refurb, then you're in a bit of a sticky situation. So you need to at least roughly know how much it's going to cost to do a refurb. Now here's the thing. The price that you'll pay for a builder is going to vary from place to place, okay? So refurbing a house in Doncaster or Sunderland or Newcastle is going to be a lot cheaper than refurbing a house in London. So it'll vary from place to place. So what I'm not going to do is say, you know, to replace the boiler, it's going to cost you £600-700. To do this, it's going to cost that. To do this, it's going to cost that. Because it might vary depending on where you are. The other thing that's going to vary is whether you are going to manage it yourself. Are you going to manage all the contractors, you know, to do the jobs that they need to do? Or are you going to get a main contractor and a main builder who is then going to subcontract out to different people and they will manage the whole thing? Because again, that changes how much you're going to need to spend. So I'm not going to give you, you know, this is exactly how much it's going to cost for this and this and this. What I'm going to do is tell you how you can learn to estimate refurbs so that when you're on your viewings and you're looking around, you can know roughly how much it's going to cost to do that house up and how much you're going to need to pay to refurb that property. Now at the end of the video I'll tell you a little bit about what I do. A lot of people ask me questions about this, so I'm going to address a few more things at the end of the video. But to start with, I want to give you three ways that can help you learn to estimate refurbs even better. The first way is learn from the experts. I know people that paid builders to go around on viewing days with them, and they went around all different properties. They booked a whole day of viewings. You know, you say, okay, on Saturday we're going to book 10 viewings on all these different houses. They bring the builder along with them, and the builder tells them this is how much it'll cost to do this, and you can say, well, how come it's going to cost that much? Well, it costs this much because this, and this. So they'll be able to give you a full breakdown of how much things cost, and you'll eventually start to realise and get into the pattern, the habit of understanding, okay, this is how much it's going to cost to replace the boiler, this is how much it's going to cost to plaster a whole house, this is how much it's going to cost to do the electrics in the property. There's loads of different things that you can learn, and by taking a builder with you on your viewings just means that you are there and you're able to show them around the property, show them the different types of properties that you're interested in, and then ask them all the questions that you need to ask them to basically learn how much it's going to cost to refurb the house. Now, this will cost. This will cost them, you may want to pay them like a day rate or whatever. Just speak to the builder at the time and just say, is it possible for you to come with me on these viewings? I'll pay you a day rate, however much that's going to be. Again, that will vary from area to area, but it's such a good investment. If you want to learn, if you want to get trained on how to refurb a house and know how much it's going to cost to refurb a house, learning from the experts is an amazing way to do it. On that note as well, you can pay a builder to do it, or you could get a mentor. I didn't go around with a builder, I went around with my mentor. So my mentor's taken me around all the properties that he's doing at the moment, and he's also come with me to viewings and other houses, and he has taught me exactly how to refurb. He's taught me how much it's going to cost, and to be able to estimate those costs in my head whilst walking around a property. So learning from the experts is an incredible way to learn how much it will cost to do a refurb. The second way, and this is slightly along the lines of what I said, but rather than taking a builder on a viewing with you, ask to sit down with a builder. Ask to sit down with them and list out absolutely everything that you can possibly think of that could ever need to be done to a property. I mean, the list will be quite long, so you can just do like fairly basic things, and keep it fairly broad, but just list out everything that you think that could possibly need to get done, and then sit down with the builder and just ask them, how much would it cost to get all this stuff done? How much would it cost to get a new boiler? How much would it cost to fit a kitchen? How much would it cost to lay the carpets down, and all that kind of thing? So you're then speaking to them and you're just filling in a spreadsheet so you know exactly how much it will cost to do different things, so you almost can price it up. And then when you go around to your viewings, you look around houses, you look around properties, you will then be able to go, okay, I'm just going to fill in this quick spreadsheet from what I remember, and it will give you a rough estimate or an idea of how much it's going to cost. So for people who quite like to use spreadsheets and are quite technical and analytical and they like their data, this way and this approach might help people a little bit more, so they have something solid and concrete that they can go, okay, I'm going to input what I know needs to get done to this house, and that will just churn out a number for me to be able to then know how much the refurb is going to cost. And after a while you won't need to do that, because you'll have had so much experience of going around properties, filling in all the information and seeing how much comes out at the end for how much it'll cost to refurb it, that eventually you'll just start to learn it off the top of your head as well. Guys, if you find this video helpful, please make sure that you click the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you don't miss any uploads. It'd be great to have you part of the family. So on to the next point. And the third way that I want to recommend is, some would say a bit riskier, but what I would do is I'd do a deal. For me, I have learned so much just by doing deals. I probably learn more by doing deals than speaking to builders and talking to builders about it, because there's only so much you can learn in your head. You won't learn these things until you do it. So sometimes it just takes biting the bullet and actually going and doing a deal. Find yourself a low risk deal. You could even joint venture with somebody or partner with somebody else who's got a bit more experience, and just do a deal. Because once you've done it, you then know what you're doing. You've got experience, and you can understand. You know exactly how much it costs you to do a refurb. Therefore, you can replicate that again. So just by doing it and putting it into action means that you will start to learn. For me personally, one of the best ways that I learn is by taking action on things and actually doing things. Like in school, I didn't do well. I don't retain information very well just by people telling me. Okay, I actually have to go and do whatever it is that they're teaching me, or see whatever it is that they're teaching me, in order for it to be really solidified in my head. So for me, actually actioning it and doing it, that's how I learn the best. So for me, what I'd recommend for people who are similar to me, speak to a builder. Get them to fill in a spreadsheet, or get them to go around with you on viewings, but just get to understand a little bit more of how much it's going to cost to do a refurb, and then just crack on, because that honestly is going to be how you will learn and grow the best and the fastest as well. Now, a lot of people ask me, do I need to get a quote from a builder? Do I need to make sure that I've got my quote from my builder before I put in my offer? When do I do that? But how do I get them into the property? Do I need to pay for them to come and visit? What I recommend is what I've done on my most recent project. Is what I did is I went around the property, I estimated how much it was going to cost to do the refurb, and I put in an offer based on that estimation. Okay, so I put my offer in based on an estimation. The offer got accepted, and then I got a builder to go around and give me a quote. The quote was very close and accurate to what I thought it was going to cost, and so it was all great and we could move ahead. So it's not the end of the world if you estimate the refurb slightly wrong. Like I said, it's an estimation. You don't need to get it absolutely bang on. You just need to get roughly within the right ballpark, and you'll know if it's going to cost 15 grand. If you think it's going to cost 15 grand, and it comes out that it's going to cost 18, 3 grand. It's not the end of the world. If you're looking at doing a deal that's going to make you 35,000, 40,000 pounds profit on a flip, 3 grand, is it really the end of the world? Probably not. As long as you've got your numbers right on how much it's going to be worth at the end, and you get a solid below market value offer in, the refurb, as long as you've got a bit of leeway to if it's going to cost a little bit more than what you think, it's not the end of the world, because you'll still be making profit. The only thing I'd say about when viewing a property that you need to be absolutely sure on is whether there's anything structurally wrong with the property. If there's subsidence, or if there's anything majorly wrong with the structure of the property, then you need to make sure that you know that. So this is something that could cost so much money, because if you think it's just going to be a light refurb and it turns out the property needs underpinning, it could drastically increase your refurb costs. Like I said, if you've got like a 2-3 grand leeway, fine. But if it's going to cost an extra 10,000-20,000 pounds, if there's Japanese knotweed and it's going to cost like 10,000-15,000 pounds to get it cleared out, that's quite a big difference. Okay, so you need to know things like that. So what I would recommend is buying a book called Structural Defects. It's a great book because it just means that it's like a manual, it's like a guide, so that you can flick through and you go, okay, this house is literally sinking on the left hand side. What is that? You can reference it in this book, have a look at pictures, and it'll explain to you this is what it is, it's subsidence, and this is how you deal with it, this is how you treat it, this is how you can fix it. And with all the different structural problems that are there, it literally explains exactly what it is. So you can identify things and learn to identify things a lot better when there's a structural issue with the property. Now the book, I don't know how much it costs, I think it's like 15-20 quid, I can't quite remember, but for 15-20 quid to prevent yourself buying a property that is falling to pieces, in my opinion, is worth it. So what I've done is I've just linked it down in the description below. I'll put a link there too. I think you can get it on Amazon, so I'll link an Amazon thing in the description below so that you can get that there. So I'd really recommend that, just to stop you falling into the trap of buying a property that's not just a little bit run down, it is structurally not sound. So just make sure that you don't fall into that trap. But like I said, what I'd recommend is get a builder, learn from the experts, and also take action. I hope this video has been helpful. If it was, make sure that you click the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you don't miss an upload. Comment any questions that you have below, and I will see you in the next video.